Hello everyone and welcome to this video where we're going to treat life like the very chaotic app it truly is. If it were a product launch, I probably would be writing a very long review right now about why it crashes at 2 a.m. A very big question. Who released this app? Who approved it? Who approved the release of this very app? So today I'm going to be introducing Life Patch Notes 2.0, which is like a fancy way of saying, here are the fixes we all deserve. Deliver with love from my heart, little judgment, and of course a cup of tea, which I probably will forget to take. Let's begin with the updates we've all been waiting for. The one that arrives at night without any permission by 2 a.m. Where your brain, which has been quiet all day long, decides to suddenly wake up and become a drama producer at 2 a.m. When you should be sleeping, that is when you probably would remember all of the wrong decisions you've ever made in your life, the wrong friends you've kept, the bad decisions you've made, the very awkward and embarrassing moments, which nobody probably even remember. In my version of Life 2.0, we are fixing that. The only thing you are permitted to think about when you wake up at 2 a.m. in the night is, I need a drink of water. You have that, and then you quietly go back to sleep. After drinking water, and then your mind decides to begin to replay embarrassing memory playlist, it will be escorted out like someone who wandered into the VIP section by mistake. If you need help achieving that, simply use Calm or Headspace. I'm not recommending Calm or Headspace because you're trying to become a monk, but it actually has stories that can put you to sleep and saves you that whole trauma of remembering all of the stupid things you've said since 2011. Second updates is about our very lovely people who choose to walk like they are in a beauty pageant on the busy walkway while the rest of us struggle behind them, trying to get past them unsuccessfully. In version 2.0 of Life's Notes, slow workers will be ushered into the relaxed lane, which means the rest of us who apparently are in a hurry to our destinations cannot have time to go at the pace we want without that silly moment of trying to get past someone and you're failing at it, and then you have to say sorry. You know that moment, right? Yeah. Now, while I'm talking and you begin to wonder if you're that slow worker we're talking about, the way to find out is to go to your health app, open it up, and if it seems to be buffering, this update might just be for you. The other update is about human communication. We've all been through that, where somebody says something simply stupid, disrespectful, rude in every sense of the word. And even sometimes, some people they've mastered the art of covering it up with jokes. No, you've just been shocked. But you're so lost at those times that you do not even have the right words to give a response. You're not able to give a proper clap back. And they are gone. Now you find yourself in the bathroom thinking about the Martin Luther King speech you would have given to them, but then you're gone and it's too late. That has also been fixed in version 2.0. With this update, you get that classic clapback feature, which you've been wanting to have all these years, right? Yeah. So now you're going to have the opportunity to give spot-on response on your toes and not 5 hours after the audience is gone. So guys, you don't need to be a genius to be able to achieve that. All you need is Grammarly. Grammarly tone suggestions will put you through. It's going to be like that friend that puts a hand on your shoulders and tells you, this is the best way to say that without starting a civil war. So try it out if you find yourself stuck, in that web where you're not really able to, talk when people make stupid or silly comments or disrespectful comments to you. Another update I want to talk about is that random anxiety notifications you usually get when you're just trying to eat your food in peace. And then your mind goes racing. Does he like me? Does she like me? Do they like me? What do they see when they look at me? Is my bank account breathing well? Am I broke? All of that has also been fixed in version 2.0. Now, to help with that, I'll recommend Wysa. Wysa is surprisingly a very comforting app that helps to put you at ease at such times. That friend that knows how to talk without making things appear more complicated. Check it out and thank me later. Sleep, of course, is another important update we've also made. You go to bed, sleep for 8 hours, you wake up worn out, exhausted. Like if all through the night, you spent it wrestling a lion like David. In version 2.0, 8 hours of sleep actually makes you human again. 6 hours of sleep keeps you sane. 4 hours of sleep qualifies you for another extra hours. And then 2 hours simply means your personality is temporarily unavailable. If you really want to understand why you wake up tired, even after you can swear that you slept for long, and yet you wake up feeling exhausted, I would recommend you use Sleep Cycle because it has a way of keeping you sleeping and then getting you only up when it's safe to do so. It feels like cheating, but then it's legal, so you're good. Another update is about the weather. Sometimes this one almost feels personal. You're about stepping out and then the moment you do, that's when it starts to rain. And you're drenched in that lovely outfit you put so much time and energy to put together. Now, if the sky insists on being dramatic, use AccuWeather because now you can leave the house looking like a very prepared character. The next update I want to talk about is the common sense pack. It's that update that gently, urges you to read the instructions before you ask questions so you don't come out looking, stupid. It also helps you for those of us who find ourselves arguing, in the comment sessions with strangers, people we don't even know, and then we're building up and emotions, we're angry, we're profusely offended over strangers, trying to correct them. Expending a lot of energy where it is really not necessary. You can use Todoist. It will help you prioritize your day and organize your to-dos daily. You're spending energy as you should. Now, the final update for today is we're finally moving life from hard mode to normal mode, which means if for a while you've been feeling like you've been carrying so much with you, if you feel like you need a pause or a breather, you're finally allowed the opportunity to stop apologizing simply because you need some space, you need some calm. That is a update and it is non-negotiable. Now guys, I've mentioned some very useful apps that we can use to balance things up when it looks like, you know, the whole world is spiraling around your head. You can try them at your free time just to get things more in shape and to feel, you know, the right energies. Life has glitches, you know, and sometimes in your own world, it can feel like yours is worse, but in reality, everyone is actually going through a rough patch, you know, so it's just a question of how we can manage them at such times to keep breathing, to keep afloat. So guys, I see you in my next video. Thank you.